What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another 90-day fiance video, and this one is a recap on what went down this week with Yve and Mohamed. But before we get into it, let's start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel, that is a member of Patreon, and that is a subscriber. But with that being said though, let's dive in and see exactly what went down and break it down, because boy, Mohamed, if I was there at this moment in time, I would kindly ask you to leave the scenery.
I don't understand what...
It's gonna be 2 months since I arrived to US, and I am tired of waiting to get my papers done. I don't think Yves understands what I'm feeling about my situation right now. I can't be independent anymore.
Right, let's break down the first 2 points that just happened here. First one, actually 3 points. First of all, one, he's sending her a text when he's in the same house as her. That is disrespectful in my eyes, because why are you sending her a text when you're in the same house as her? Why can't you go to her and have a conversation with her sensibly? But instead he wants to send a text to her. They've been having conversations, and now he thinks the text is going to make anything better. It's a rude way. That's point number one. Point number two, what he says in the text, suggesting that he goes and finds another sponsor. How can you come to America to marry someone and then tell them that if they don't hurry up and marry you, you're going to go and find another sponsor? How is that supposed to make anyone feel? That is point number two of his rudeness. And then there's point number three. Now, point number three of this scenery here is him really revealing his true intentions. And I'll tell you why, because you see, he says that, in a nutshell, I'm sick and tired of being independent. No, sorry. He says that he wants to be independent. But the funny thing is, on the very first episode we saw him, he made it abundantly clear that he wanted a woman that was basically going to play the role of his mother. Showing that being independent is something that he cannot do, or most certainly something that he won't do. But all of a sudden, he's now caring about independency. Now, don't get it twisted. Just because you're a mama's boy or you want a woman that is going to give you the role of a mother, it doesn't mean that you don't have some form of independency. Of course you can. But when it comes to Mohamed, he's someone that made it abundantly clear that he was more than happy to just have someone to pamper him, to look after him. And the idea of him working or anything like that wasn't really what he pushed forward. Which is why, in my opinion, Yves has always had this massive impression that Mohamed was always going to be happy staying at home, looking after her son. But now it's changing up the tone, changing up the channel, going to a different level, elevating to the real plan. And the real plan was to come to the States, get the green card, get a job, go home, bring family back, or get a job, go home, give money to the family, which of course you can do by bank transfer, don't get it twisted. But we know that there's a big play here of where he must where he must go home to Egypt for his family, which is understandable. But it seems to me as if there's a plan that's already been planned out, and it is now clearly playing its course. But hey, let's move on to the next part.
Give me this. You're saying if I don't get the paperwork done, you're gonna get like another sponsor or something?
I'm trying to figure it out if it's possible.
You can't do that, babe. I'm the sponsor. I'm your petitioner. You can't just like come to this country and get another sponsor. Like, we have to get married first before the paperwork can even be turned in.
So let's get married.
We are, hello?
You promised me to, once I arrive, wait.
I never said that. I never said that. I wasn't like, oh, you're gonna get here and we're gonna get married instantaneously, like the next day. And I don't want to go to the courthouse and just have like, that's not special to me. I want to have a wedding.
You know, there's stuff I don't care about it.
Well,
there's 2 points here. First point is that he said that you promised me. Listen, as far as I'm concerned, there was a marriage planned, right? Because of course you're engaged. And of course the plan is to get married. But he's making it seem as if Yves said to him that as soon as you get to the United States of America, I promise you I'm going to give you that green card. That is what I'm hearing. Because him talking about you're promising me means that clearly she meant that we will get married as long as things go well within the 3 months. Not that we would necessarily get married straight away. So for himself in particular, it seems to me as if all he could hear was that as soon as you get here, we get married straight away so we can apply the green card straight away and you can get what you want. That's exactly what he was hearing. Which is why obviously she's saying I did not say that. Because there's no way in hell you'd have a conversation with someone after they've proposed to you, which I assume he did propose to her, right? To then be like, so as soon as I get there, am I going to get married to you? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not a conversation. So him saying that is ridiculous. And to be honest with you, the word promise is a word that he's used, not necessarily time and time again, but he's used words similar to that about, but I told you this, but you know this, but you promised me this. These words here, if you ask me, are just a part of his game, a part of his manipulation. This guy, he is one hell of a troll, one hell of a nuisance, one hell of a control freak. And boy, is he getting hella freaking annoying. Like I said before, if I was there, I would happily kindly ask you to leave the premises. Yes. And then we go into point number 3. Point number 2 of this segment here. He says he doesn't care. That is not his problem. So he wants to come to the States, get married to someone, and not give a damn about what a wedding that they would like to have. Not give a damn about making them feel comfortable, making them feel loved. At this moment in time, only thing that would be processing through my mind if I was Yve is that this guy is definitely not here because he loves me. He's definitely here because he just wants that green card. So therefore, I'm going to kick him out right now, and he can go find that sponsor that he so wants so much all by himself. And to be honest with you, I think at this moment in time, he probably only has just about a month left. And boy, find a sponsor within just a month. Good luck to you, buddy. But hey, let's continue though, breaking it down.
We are, hello?
You promised me to, once I arrive,
I never said that. I never said that. I never said that. I wasn't like, oh, you're going to get here, we're going to get married instantaneously, like the next day. And I don't want to go to the courthouse and just have like, that's not special to me. I want to have a wedding.
You know, stuff, I don't care about it.
Well, thanks, because you don't care about like me wanting something special. And remember,
when you care about me, I will care about you.
That's messed up that you would even say that after like, how would I not care for you if I waited all this time and paid for these things and like everything's on me?
Let's break it down. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What does he mean when he says, I'll care about you when you care about me? So basically, in a nutshell, he's saying that I don't love you. I've never loved you. And to be honest with you, I've never cared for you. I just wanted to secure what I needed. And when you give me what I need, I can give you what you want. But here's the thing though. Is there two weddings planned or something like that? Because it seems to me as if he's trying to say, or it doesn't make any sense, that when I get my green card, then I'll give you the wedding that you want. What? This is that point in moment in time when I will say to you, make it make sense. Can you make sense out of no sense? Can you make sense out of stupidity? And Mohamed is legit stupidity. And I don't understand how Yve is not even reading the lines here. To be honest with you, she's a woman. Age isn't always a factor, but a woman of her age and of her experiences and her maturity, the maturity that I guess her friends brought into the conversation in the earlier scenes with their Karen movements, which I still disagree with because the way they were moving was just mad. Either way though, that mentality that she has when she's around her Karen friends, that little group, why doesn't she have it here? Because you can't tell me that this man is fully manipulated that much, and he's got her under control that much, that she's unable to see some of these blatant signs being portrayed by Mohamed to identify that 1, he's not here because he loves you. 2, that he doesn't love you. 3, he's here for the green card. And 4, he doesn't give a damn about you. And even after the green card, he still won't give a damn about you. Because then he would have what he needs and be on his merry way. I'm still waiting for that story to pop up though, where these two, because I think right now they may still be together. But I'm still waiting for that moment when they finally get that green card. So when the green card comes, that's when we're going to start hearing certain things. But hey, let's continue.
You wouldn't stress me out like this.
I have been explaining to you that getting married legally doesn't have anything to do with having a wedding.
It has to do with like
because
something
that's
special.
selfish.
No, it's you're selfish.
You want everything like you want.
You want everything like you want. You don't take into consideration how busy my life is, how many things I have to do. I have to juggle taking care of you, taking care of Theron, adding more expenses.
You knew that I'm not going to be legally to work. If you don't want to take care of me,
I'm
you shouldn't
I'm
get
telling
me
you,
here.
I can only handle so much.
I'm
Okay,
already
like, do you have
helping
such a
with
bad
your
life
son.
over here?
I'm already helping you with your son.
Okay, well, that's not too much to ask when I've done a lot for you. So it's just not cool because it's
I
like...
don't need to hear from you every single
Okay,
day.
well, I don't
You
hear from you.
help me, and
You
you
say,
help
like,
me with
negative
my
things that
family.
just stress me
You
out.
like to talk about yourself a lot, Eve.
Excuse me?
Excuse me? What?
Whatever.
2 points. So he talks about you don't take care of me, or you don't want to take care of. So basically, in a nutshell, taking care of him is not giving him a home to stay in for free. Taking care of him is not giving him food to eat every night for free. Taking care of him and allowing him to have water, cold, hot water to drink, and also to have showers with, is not taking care of him. So that means taking care of him is marrying him so he can get his green card. Is that the type of role model? Is that the type of mother he was looking for? Someone that's going to give him a green card? Because as far as I'm concerned, him talking about you don't take care of me or you don't need to, whatever nonsense he said, it's like, she is though. You wouldn't be here right now where you are without Yve. Point blank, period. And then we move on to the mimicking part. At the end where he mocks her. Ultimate disrespect. So many disrespectful moments within this scene itself alone. But then that bit right there? Ooh! The nerve. The nerve. Like I said before, if I was there, I'd kindly ask him to remove himself from the scenery, from the premises. But hey, continue.
Mohamed think he can come to this country and just, like, I'm replaceable? It's very hurtful. It's like, he's putting doubts in my head. I am questioning how sincere Mohamed is, because what he said to me is not very loving and caring, and actually, it's cruel.
So I think if this sponsor thing, I just trying to help our situation.
Why would you say that to me, though? That's like saying, oh, I'm just gonna come over here and find another person to marry.
The fact that he said this sponsor thing was to help our situation. How does a sponsor help their situation? A sponsor will help you, for both of you? No way. In what world, in what universe does that make sense to you? That me getting a sponsor elsewhere will help us? No. Only one person. Yve doesn't need a sponsor. A sponsor, you going and getting a sponsor is only going to make her feel like absolute garbage. The fact that he doesn't see that, or he's ignoring that, this guy right here, I'd kindly ask him to remove himself from the premises.
I'm just gonna come over here and find another person to marry.
That's not what I said.
Then, well, you should think about what you're sending and saying.
You don't know the immigration rules, I'm telling you. That's
you don't apparently know the rules either.
The sponsor has nothing to do with the person who's a sponsor.
Yes, it does.
It's just
okay, Mohamed.
Rules.
Okay, you're not helping the situation, though. You're not helping by sending me these messages of making me feel bad. Well, I already told you what we need to do.
I'm searching to make sure this information is right.
Well, you need to go look up this again and see if you can just get instantaneously get another sponsor, because that can't happen.
I'm not sure
then
yet.
why are you sending me like this when you don't even know? You're just causing me more stress. Things had to get rescheduled, not because of me, because of the venue.
I don't care about when is the wedding. I don't care.
Okay, well then go down to the county office or the judge and get married by yourself. You kind of need me. I'm not replaceable.
Because you want to have a wedding. That's why we wedding. This is affecting my life.
Okay, well, do you saying this to me is like making me feel like you think that I'm just replaceable? Do you like love me and like if you love me, you understand?
I
know that.
Goals, and if I'm not
I have dreams too to have a nice wedding.
That's your dream. I have another dreams. If I'm not allowed to work in this country, I will go back to Egypt.
Well, then go.
All right, get me ticket, please.
And I'm not. We're done then. If you leave, I'm not going to Egypt and I'm gonna go and marry you out there.
I don't care. That's your decision.
Wow. Apparently, I am replaceable.
So many factors, so many things happened in that last little scene right there. But I'm pretty sure they're quite self-explanatory. But here's the thing though, let's talk about the last one. And he talks about, okay, I'll go. We all know he's not going anywhere, and we all know he's doing it because he's expecting Yve didn't come and chase him down. So her didn't convince him. So therefore he can then play the victim and then put it all on her, because throughout the whole conversation, he took no accountability for any of his actions. He made her feel like the victim at every single angle, and she did do her best, shall I say, to not fall into the trap of being the victim. But by the end of the conversation, he's now left it with the ball in her court. Well, here's the thing though, is the ball really in her court? Doesn't really matter, because that's how he sees it, and that's probably how it's going to go down. But if he does decide to go back, and he decides to want to make that big move to say, hey, I'm sorry or whatever, well, that would clearly say that maybe she's finally hit a nerve of him to crack this fakeness of himself, if you know what I mean. But more or less in these situations, she's more likely to go up to him and say to him, so are you sure you want to leave? Also, I am replaceable there? Because at the end of the day, that is something that she did say multiple times. But again, these are things I guess we won't find out until the next episode. That's if they are on the next episode, because sometimes these things happen and then we won't see that couple again until like a week after the next freaking annoying. But the matter of the fact is, or the way Mohamed was moving in this episode here and in these scenes here was absolutely mad and unacceptable. And the matter of the fact is, anyone that's watching this right now, if you're going through something like this with someone who you think may be using you for anything, wake up. Wake up and leave. Don't stick around. Don't stick around for someone that ain't treating you with the respect that you believe you deserve. Know your worth, and that is the bottom line. But nonetheless though, you guys let me know what you're thinking and we'll talk about it in the comment section. Like, subscribe, and don't forget to join Patreon or the channel. Peace.